Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another live stream reaction show. This one was kind of not planned the start of the day, but we figured we do this anyway since NXT and AEW are on separate nights again this week.
Which I am hoping at some point we get to do that at some point, just because I like seeing the pay shows live. They're a lot more fun in my opinion.
Yes,
I to consistently watch.
Yes, I like them separated.
Mm-hmm.
And then next week it was announced. I don't know if we knew it beforehand, but formally, NXT is on Tuesday next week.
Mm-hmm.
Super Tuesday, as Regal called it, and we'll get into that show, which is going to be a interesting show. Not say
and also too for next Wednesday is a go home show for All Out as well. So those are gonna be two really
yeah. I'm kind of glad they're not on the same time. Same night.
It worked out perfectly, honestly.
Like back days.
Oh man, like I'm hoping at some point that that they just freaking do NXT on Tuesdays and Dynamite on Wednesdays at some point. It's just I would really love that to eventually happen there. So
yes, separated, everybody can watch both, and
yeah,
then the ratings become, well, you were by yourself and you only did 850,000
at that point. Yeah, I mean, at that point, I think as far as ratings talk are concerned, that's
still goes.
It'll be like much less of a story as is now.
Right.
But yeah. So by the way, what did you think of Barrett on commentary?
I liked it. Tonight? It worked. At least worked for me.
I'm torn just because I really do think that this show really misses Morrow first of all.
If it'd be nice if Morrow was there with Beth and Wade, I think obviously I think that would be better, but I mean, given the circumstance, I still like Wade Barrett. Vic Joseph, I think it was way better than Tom Phillips on there. I don't know, it works for me better in NXT. I kind of still wish he was on Raw, to be honest. And nothing against, well, even though it's technically against Tom Phillips, but nothing against him. I don't know, Vic, at least for me, Vic, I don't know, just comes off better to me, comparative.
Who specifically?
Tom Phillips.
Phillips. Yeah. I've always felt that with him specifically that he was kind of undervalued. And like he's been bouncing around from NXT UK to, I believe he's been on like 205 Live. He's been on Raw. So I mean, like, I wouldn't mind him being on NXT, but at the same time too, he's on Morrow, and like it's just like he brings a different energy.
Or he's definitely not Nigel.
No,
which I can't wait till he comes back.
They need to bring him back, man. Like it's just
he's probably
he's
I wonder
still furloughed. Yeah, he's still furloughed right now.
Is he furloughed or is he furloughed?
Yep.
I thought it was because he's over in UK and he can't.
Well, yeah, basically he can't.
Well, that's not furloughed.
Get out.
He's still probably getting a paycheck.
Yeah,
I wish there was a way he can like do it over the thing, but I guess
it's kind of hard.
The delay and I don't know. I'm not there. I don't know what the issue could be. So but for what we have, Mario doing his thing or whatever the issue is, he'll be back and we'll be fine.
Yeah,
but that's the least of the problems or any issues we have. But we open up. It's starting to get into the show. We open up with an unfortunate announcement. The rumors are out there. There wasn't a concrete, I don't think, news that this was going to happen. But as soon as Karrion Kross comes out tonight with the sling, you kind of knew.
Yeah.
He says pretty much on the path or obstacles. But for him, the obstacles all are the path. He lays the title down. And I like the smoke still in the ring coming around, and I just even though it means nothing, I just that looked cool to me. I don't know. And pretty much it says let's see here. Doomsday's still coming because no matter where the time is told, everybody pays the toll. TikTok. So when he's done and ready to come back, he's definitely going to be slid right back into that title picture as he should. It's just an unfortunate thing. It's a similar to Finn Balor in the Universal Championship back a couple years ago.
Right.
He wins, you build him up, and he's hurt, and his run has the kibosh on it.
Yeah. I mean, into like you gotta think with his shoulder, it has to be something a little bit more serious. Just because, like, I feel like if it was just strictly a separated shoulder, he would probably be fine within a like month or so. But it has to be something more that we don't exactly know.
Right.
So it's kind of unfortunate, but I think a friend of mine said that supposedly a like bone in like his shoulder was like sticking out or something too.
I don't remember seeing that.
Yeah. So you gotta think if that in fact did indeed happen, that there's probably something more to
that's at least several months.
Yeah. So I would assume he's gonna be out until at least Survivor Series weekend, which that's what a good 3 months. So but yeah, I'm very unfortunate because too, Matt, with them also losing Keith Lee, who's now obviously on Raw now.
Yeah.
I mean, it was kind of the worst case scenario sort of thing that could have happened because they built everything behind Cross to basically be the guy. Once Keith Lee eventually moved on. So you gotta feel for Triple H and company. They're like you gotta be kidding me.
Yeah. But and we'll get in. I guess we just get into it now. They came up with a unique situation. I don't think this has ever been done. A fatal 4-way match between Ciampa, Gargano, Balor, and Adam Cole, but it's just not a regular fatal 4-way match. It's a 60-minute Iron Men match, if you will. So next week. So that got my interest. Everybody's interested in how this is going to go.
To me, Matt, there's only, to me, in my opinion, is only one clear person who should win this match. It's the Prince. It's gonna be Finn Balor. I feel like he's the only one who really makes any sense here. Because obviously with like Ciampa, he's just coming back. Unlike with Johnny, he really hasn't been involved, or like he's been off doing other things. And as far as Cole is
He
concerned, he's
just
just
lost it.
yeah. So
It would be, it would, I, it wouldn't make sense. Well, given the circumstances, but still, it wouldn't make sense for him to lose it and regain it back. Even though it's, obviously different circumstances that it would be. But yeah, I think it's Finn Balor. I think it would be, a couple people said is poetic that that Cross, who went out, got injured the same night he got injured and had to relinquish the title, is won by the person that the same thing happened to him. It would be different because I would assume that Balor would still be in the North American title picture if this didn't happen. That's a hunch for me. So obviously, this is a. I want to know how much stuff has changed.
I think it changes everything because now I think eventually you set up a feud between Balor and Kieran Cross when he eventually comes back here.
I'm all for that.
Right. And as far as like a short term fix, I think this is definitely your best bet. And also as well, I think we also see Adam Cole's he's going to be in NXT for the foreseeable future. I just, especially with how much lack of star power that this brand has right now, you need all of the guys that you can get. And we'll kind of get into it later. I think they were kind of throwing small hints of the Undisputed Era, possibly splitting up. So I think that's definitely something that you can eventually do. So
Yeah.
I mean, like and to basically answer your question here, I do think we are going to be seeing some definite changes from what they were going to do, because I feel like if Cross was healthy, I feel like that they were going to probably do him versus Ciampa. I feel like that was probably where they were going.
I could see that. Yeah, I mean, it's logical,
right?
It would make sense, but you can't do that. I mean, you could.
Yeah, you could.
No, not now. But wait, not now. I'm stupid. Yeah. What am I talking about? Yeah. So you definitely can't do that now. I mean, I don't know what the hell I was thinking. Yeah. So it's gonna be interesting to see what everybody else does. With, we assume Balor wins.
Right.
I would think the second, if I had to give a second pick, I would maybe Gargano.
Honestly, I think I would probably pick Ciampa. I think I would probably go with Ciampa.
I would
as my second guy. If I had the choice, I would probably pick Ciampa as
I was torn between those two. But I was going Ciampa just came back. Right. They have this thing with Johnny trying to like take over the show. So I think it makes sense. I don't know but I would go with Balor. That to me, thinking like we said, that there's no issues with they could have done this or this. I think it's just clear Balor wins, and at least for me, I think that's the easiest choice to make. And yeah. So moving on, we have one of two championship matches. The NXT Tag Title match between Breezango and Imperium, excuse me. I was thinking even before, as the match has started, that Imperium could lose. because Brazanga already lost. Like, it wouldn't make sense for them to lose again. And then plus NXT UK is coming back. They're probably going to send Imperium back over there with Walter, which makes sense.
Well, and also on top of that, they just as far as Imperium is concerned, they weren't doing anything with those titles, and
I still love them though.
I do too, but like they just weren't involved in like any feuds. Whereas with Breezango, they're obviously feuding with like a Phantasma there,
and that's why I was like, a damn good chance we have new tag team title or champions, which ended up happening in a pretty good match. I enjoyed it. What did you think about the match?
It was okay. I wasn't really invested. I was just kind of just like, waiting for this to kind of happen, just because I didn't feel like that it was a very unpredictable match here, because just based off of things, and I've just have not been really invested with Imperium as the tag champs. So that was kind of how I saw that there.
Then after the match, we had backstage interview with the new North American champion Damian Priest. Gets interrupted by Thatcher.
Just like
they go back and forth, and Thatcher wants a title shot. And Priest laughs it off and walks away.
Yeah. I would have Thatcher talk as little as possible. Like, it's just, he's a charisma vacuum. Like, it's like he's a freaking cardboard. Like, when he's talking, even if in this small instance here, Matt, like, I was like, Jesus Christ, my God, like, he really has no presence whatsoever here.
And I'm assuming this is one of the things that was changed due to Cross's injury. Because Thatcher lost the Balor at TakeOver, so it wouldn't make sense for Thatcher to have a title shot.
Yeah.
It's probably going to be Balor eventually, but I ad nauseum we said this
honestly
before.
I think that's probably out the window right now. I think what you do is you build something between him, or between like Damian Priest versus our boy Thick Boy. So
and then later in the night, Bronson Reed had words about Thatcher, so I wouldn't be surprised if there is a number one contenders match down the line between those two, which it should be interesting with those two styles, because those two work tough. So I'm down with that, because Bronson Reed made good points. He beat Priest before, so he should be number one contender. Yeah. So I would.
And speaking of that like backstage interview there, Austin Theory, he is indeed alive.
Yes, he had some issues similar to the Dream, apparently. So he's back in NXT. They took him away from Raw, which, well, given the
good decision.
Given the storyline with Andrade and Angel Garza, I think it makes sense. Why throw him in there? It just wouldn't make sense.
He's just far too young to be on there right now.
Go ahead.
He's better suited in NXT where he can actually be built up here a little bit.
Yeah, I agree. And then we get the returning Tommaso Ciampa versus Jake Atlas, rest in peace. Ciampa pretty much just killed him during the match. It was a quick squash, which was good. And then after the match, Ciampa attacks Atlas again, takes him outside, and does the monkey flip onto the metal supports under the apron,
or as I call it, Austin Theory, or as I call it, Tommaso Ciampa getting back to his roots here. So
his roots. And
then back to his roots here.
And then they get the stretcher, put Jake Atlas, and Ciampa's just sitting there on the apron watching, and then attacks him again and does the DDT off technically the Willow's Bell draping DDT, and it says here, I guess that's the name. For that. So Ciampa is a sick bastard.
Yeah, this is Ciampa. I mean, like
the dastardly heel.
Just like arguably at the time, he was by far the most hated man in all of professional
biggest heel. Yes,
like probably the only other guy who was competing with him at the time was probably Cody, who was feuding with Kenny, I believe. Like he was feuding with Kenny at the time. So like it just like that man just like I never saw someone in a very long time who just like as soon as he entered, the whole crowd just booed him out of the freaking building. Like it was so refreshing. Like he did nothing to garner any sympathy. There was no likable trait about Tommaso Ciampa. So now he's going back to this year. It's kind of weird now seeing both like him and Johnny are now heels. It just feels so awkward now.
Well, true. But the good thing about that should, with the exception of next week, it's technically not one-on-one. That can cause them to be separated because you're not going to have two heels face each other. So that they're on the same show, obviously, but they're going to be separated due to their booking, and they're both bad guys.
And I tell you, all four of these guys are just going to beat the shit.
Oh, it's going to be great. I cannot wait. I can. That's going to be 60 minutes of just hold on to your butts.
Yeah, like I mean, I'm just and like
no competition, no. Well,
that was like it's zero competition.
It's like, not well, AEW has this going on, and maybe I'll catch it. No, it's like I want to see that.
And this is why these two shows should be on separate nights, because now because now you two are getting these two same audiences are now have a reason to want to watch the show. This is why I've never understood why both of these companies wanted to go head to head with each other, because it's just it doesn't do either of them.
I think I guess the only positive out of that is that it forces you to try to make a better show.
Week.
Yes,
every week. Yep.
If you're by yourself, maybe you lose that a little bit, but I would assume not at this point.
But I also think too, at the same time, in regards with NXT, they have like it's kind of been like on the opposite side to where like I feel like it's been kind of hurting them just because instead of like booking for like say like 3, 4 and like 5 weeks down the line, they've been doing more like week 2 week 2 to 2 a week. to where I think if they were on separate nights, it would be like more of an actual direction that they would have.
Now,
There.
I'm almost shocked that they're going this balls to the wall on a unopposed night, because you would expect this if they were on both, not if they were competing with each other.
Right.
Because like, okay, AEW's doing this. Oh, we're going to have a Fatal 4-Way Iron Man match with for the arguably. Jesus Christ, I can't say the word, but you know what I'm trying to say. For the best people that NXT has seen.
Right.
So that's still good that, again, we have whatever, I forget what AEW is. Well, I guess we'll find out tomorrow. Next week.
I'm sure. I mean, I'm like, they will pack that show up, especially since it's the last show before all out there. So
one would hope. So okay, after that, Ciampa beat down, brief backstage interview, or actually video package. I'm sorry, Candice LeRae cutting a promo on Tegan Nox. So that is a match and feud down the line. We talked about Bronson Reed in Theory. Then we get Mia Yim versus the hit and run artist known as Shotzi Blackheart.
God, this was some hokey shit right here, man. like Roberts. Well. Like, first of all, why did Robert Stone have grandma?
Yeah, I call it Ann Karen. I call it Ann Karen glasses, but grandma's better.
I'm just like, what the hell is this here?
I guess he's just being off so ridiculous it works.
And then he gets run over by the tank again, which looks so stupid.
I'm disappointed that it didn't go all the way over top of him. I'm disappointed. Go all the way with it, damn it.
It's just
bury him in the tank.
Right. And too mad. I've told you this, like, I just don't get the appeal in Shotzi. She comes off very cartoony to me, way too over the top for me. And it's just, I'm not buying into her right now. It's just something needs to happen for me to kind of change my opinion on her.
She's good in the ring, but I was high on her in the beginning, and then I don't know. It's just not connecting to me in the way it should be.
We need a more serious side from her, because to me, whatever that they're playing on, it just isn't working. And like, more so, I'm not sure, because obviously Shotzi, I'm like, if she wins here. And did you see what like Mia Yim said on her Twitter by chance?
No.
Yeah, so like, it gives me the hint that something's going to happen, because I believe
what she say? You remember it
here, I'll just pull it up now, since I have the Twitter up here.
Is it hinting like if like a heel turn or something?
Or she might be she might be one of the members, of like a retribution. I think that's probably where she goes, because
I'm not sure. I don't know how I feel about that.
Well, because if you saw when they like beat down everyone on like Raw, on the very left, it looked a lot like a Mia there. So
I didn't know. I just know that the guy in the middle looked like Dijakovic.
That was absolutely Dijak right there.
Yeah.
Like, just
the thing. Yeah, okay. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was just saying. Yeah,
Yeah.
it looks exactly
I'm
like.
not gonna know or believe who anybody is until they actually reveal themselves.
Mhm.
But Monday, it seemed more like this was the finalized thing, just with everybody standing on the apron. It just felt like that was the people, because it had felt definitive compared to weeks the prior
I
week.
just hope that they reveal Roman as the guy who is leading that all, because to me, if it's like some of of the names who are like rumored on there, that group is going to fail because some of
Who was the other ones rumored?
um it was like Shane Thorne,
Yeah,
like Chelsea Green, Caden Carter was also
Chelsea
in
I'm
there.
okay with because she's somewhat more a
Right,
name, or at least for me.
right. I just,
I hope it's God it's not Kane Carter,
yeah, I just like,
because
just,
she
I mean,
hasn't done anything. She hasn't won.
right. It's just like, I feel like, I feel like they need a big name to be in charge, because if it's not, say, a like Roman Reigns, man, like that's
There's
going to
that people saying Reigns. People were saying Miz because he came out late on SmackDown.
I fucking hate that. Oh
I,
god, I would hate that so bad.
I would take that rather than if it's nobody from no names, no disrespect to them from NXT, and because at least with the Miz, there's a name like
I
compared to
guess,
no.
but
I would rather have Roman, absolutely.
yeah, Roman to me is really your only choice.
That would get people talking.
Exactly, and it's a form of a freshness that SmackDown really needs right now, and something new that we haven't seen.
I
You know,
still say SmackDown is way better than Raw.
and stay tuned for tomorrow. I'm gonna be burying that freaking show on, like, right here on the podcast. Like, oh god, it was, oh my god. But yeah,
I've
I'll say
heard
that.
people say that Raw was better, is better than SmackDown, and I am confused how people have come to that conclusion.
Yeah,
More
yeah.
people watch SmackDown.
Mhm.
But to be fair,
It's only 2 hours.
yeah, that. But I was saying
Only,
both shows have gained more viewers lately, especially since they got out of the PC.
like, Thunderdome has changed a lot of that. Although I think we're also seeing with the Thunderdome some of the problems that I thought might happen if they were to introduce this, with the fans
Like
being, you
KKK
know,
members,
yeah, assholes. So
they're
yeah,
gonna
so
ruin. They're gonna those asses are gonna ruin it for
I
everybody
feel
else.
like I feel like they're gonna have to like do some sort of like screening process or something,
I
because
don't know
like,
what I don't,
yeah, I'm not exactly sure
because
what you do.
what's stopping anybody from dressing like us, and then as
Mhm,
when you're on,
mhm.
um,
Yeah,
putting something on your camera and in
right.
front of the camera and acting stupid,
Yeah.
because you can't predict what anybody's gonna do.
No,
Like,
no.
okay, you guys have you have any the producers, you have any white hoods? No. Okay, good. Thank you. You're going to be on Raw tonight. 5
Mhm.
minutes into the show, pull up the white hoods. Like, people are stupid. I know some people put like they I think on SummerSlam they had Pikachu on Raw, there was Mario.
Yeah, yeah, like, who cares about, yeah,
That's
yeah,
fine. Like that's
it's
fine.
harmless.
But if you put in like Fire Velveteen Dream,
Chris
picture of
Benoit.
Raw, and a KKK member somebody's dressed as a KKK, that's not good.
No, and I guarantee you, what their sponsors are like, what the hell are you doing? What kind of show are you running there? You know,
I don't know what they do. I don't know what they do to stop it, or if they stop it altogether. Like, you can't. I don't know. It sucks, but if you don't have them, then it's to kind of just the illusion of fans is gone.
Right. Yeah, they can't go back to the deep sea hell. NXT should be at the freaking Thunderdome, because, man, like this show compared to either Raw or SmackDown or even SummerSlam, it feels like it's so like confined and
it's so
freaking dark. Yeah, it's so freaking dark, and the production values feel so low. I'm just like, I mean, and I completely understand that they have some like deal with Full Sail, but it's like, until fans come back, like, why are we even wasting our time? Like, it just looks awful right now, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, what are you gonna do? So go back. We had Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez backstage, asked about Ripley, and Dakota says Ripley should mind her own business at TakeOver. They're not bothered by tonight's tag match because her and Gonzalez are a real team. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And then Regal announces, we talked about, a fatal 4-way Iron Man match next week. Wade Barrett also said he's going to be back next week. So again, no Morrow next week, apparently.
Yeah, are these shows taped or are they live?
It felt like they were, I'm going to assume taped.
Yeah,
it felt taped.
Yeah, it did too.
I think it's taped.
The only thing I can think of, and that's probably why, because I can't think of any reason why these shows.
I think NXT's been taped for a good while.
Yeah, because only on Raw and SmackDown and everything, are going live.
Because they have to be with the fans.
With the fans and the production there.
You're not going to trust fans to get on there and record a show and nobody talk about what happened.
Yeah.
Never going to happen.
No.
Then we get the second title match of the night, the Cruiserweight title match between Isaiah Swerve Scott and Santos Escobar.
I hated this finish so badly.
I liked it.
I hated it. I'm like, really? They couldn't do something better. But
Nick, I liked it. Gimmick mask with, like, I guess, metal in it.
Yeah, like, where was the actual metal?
I guess, like, in the
like,
sewn in the mask.
Like, was it some like spiritual mask or something here? I'm just like, he headbutted him with the mask where I didn't see if there was like any sort of like funny business inside of the mask there.
So inside, John, you're not going to see it inside, John. He's not going to put it on the front of the mask and say metal.
No, but you could like kind of like see him or show him putting something in the mask or something.
Well, I think
on the replay, which I didn't see.
Well, because it's already sewed into the thing.
Did we know that?
No, but I guess that eventually is going to be revealed.
It better be. Otherwise, this was freaking stupid. Almost as stupid as our boy Pockets and Jericho's stipulation on All Out.
Yes, I called. Yes. Wait. Almost as stupid.
Yes, Almost.
Wait, wait, that would make sense. The hell am I talking about? Blah, 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 blah.
Someone is completely drunk right now. Lay off of those White Claws there,
There's
buddy.
no law.
Freaking alcoholic.
It's not even halfway through. I'm fine. I just can't. I just don't think. Shut
Yes.
up. Shut up.
Yes, we know.
That's why I called the Fatal 4-Way match the Fatal 4-Way Flirtini match.
Flirtini?
Yeah, I think it was what I googled alcoholic drinks starting with F, and Flirtini was the easiest one to go in. It was one word. Not.
Are you sure that you're not just like making that up there, buddy?
Okay, hang on. Hang on. I gotta find it now. I probably there you go. Wait, where is it? There we go. What the crap? I don't want to edit Flirtini Wikipedia. There we go. Flirtini. Made for being seen on Sex in the City in the Mighty Bush. I don't know what that is. It is contained vodka. That's what it says. It says BOOSH. I have no idea what that is, and I gotta look that up now. But it contains vodka, champagne, and pineapple juice. Apparently Richard Christie, noted heavy metal drummer and writer for the Howard Stern show, likes Flirtinis, but calls it a lumberjack to make it sound more manly. I kind of don't no lie, no lie, or as the kids say, no cap. I kind of want to try it. What the hell is the Mighty Bush? What the hell? I'm looking at it. I have no idea what any of these people are. Or it's a British. Anywho.
As you can see, the Undertaker is clearly looking at you in shame over my right shoulder right now.
Post it, John. It's not live.
Brother. But anyways, continue with the cruiserweight title match.
Yes. Well, we had the magical mask that John believes is magic. With the headbutt with the win, Santos retains. Besides your opinion on the end of the match, what did you think of the match overall?
It was good. I kind of expected that Escobar's boys were eventually going to be coming in and like Breezango were going to probably fend them off. But I do think we're probably going to be getting some sort of a rematch somewhere.
Well, next week it was announced. I guess it was put up there in the main event that there's going to be a six-man street fight between a Legado del Fantasma versus Breezango and Isaiah Swerve Scott. Yeah. So car wrecks all night.
Yeah, and I think we should probably do a reaction show for that show too.
Yes, absolutely, especially with the main event
alone. Yeah, because I mean, it should be a pretty fun show, and this is why I say people, even though we have like some nitpicks with these shows, NXT and Dynamite are so much more easier and so much more fun to consistently talk about every single week, and this is why. I cannot wait.
Yes. Then we get backstage promos from both Johnny Gargano and Finn Balor hyping the fatal four-way match next week, pleading their cases. Then we get Drake Maverick versus Kyle O'Reilly, with Kyle O'Reilly picking out the submission win.
Yeah, I'm not sure if you saw, but when they were starting, when the Undisputed Era were starting to actually pay down Drake, you saw Kyle kind of hesitating there.
I tell him, I totally missed
Yeah, I'm there was some seeds of possible descension. I feel like that were being laid there. Because I do feel like as far as the Undisputed Era is concerned, that they have kind of have like run their course.
Yeah. What else do you do?
Right. Adam Cole, he's now a babyface now. I think with like Kyle, you could throw him with the cruiserweights. You could like work him with pretty much anyone.
Yeah.
Roddy, same thing. It just I think it's probably time that we explore that in some form or fashion. And and then uh, uh, did um um did the Undisputed Era attack Killian Dane or something?
There was
Because
before a
yeah,
couple with 2 weeks ago, one of whatever when Adam Cole came out, it was it was the episode when Keith Lee got that fire
right.
ball in his face. I think after that it was Drake Maverick versus Killian Dane, and then Undisputed came out, attacked them both, and Adam Cole cut that promo inviting McAfee. So that's where this is all stemming from. So yay, consistency.
Yeah. Okay. Because
Yeah.
because
So
I
it
was
wasn't
trying
just a random. It wasn't
yeah,
random.
because I was like, okay, something had to have happened here because I don't understand why
Yeah.
Killian Dane was helping out or just basically getting some
And
revenge.
yes, and we found out he wasn't helping Drake because he gave him a clothesline that pretty
Yeah.
much knocked him out of his shoes.
Right.
So that's there. Probably I don't know about next week because you have a limited time. Maybe some of the Killian Dane and somebody else on Undisputed
Yeah.
Era.
I think you probably only have like at the very most 3 matches next week.
Yes.
It just because with the 60-minute Iron Man match, that's going to take up your whole entire
Second hour, yep.
second hour there. So
All right, then you have the street fight, which 10 minutes, 15 minutes at most. If that. So another one in a segment.
I think you could possibly see like Rhea versus Mercedes Martinez or something like that. But
Something with the women, street
Right.
fight, Iron Man match.
Right.
And then there's your solid show.
I think that would probably be it there.
Yeah. And then speaking of the ladies, excuse me, women, we get before that we have Adam Cole hyping the match next week too. Then we get Rhea Ripley and Io Shirai versus Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez. We had Mercedes come down and take out Rhea with the ref was distracted after Rhea tagged herself in, but the ref didn't see it, so she had to go back out. And so eventually Rhea comes back on the rope, tags herself in, and eventually succumbs to that pump handle choke slam from, if you want to call it, from Gonzalez, which I love. So Raquel Gonzalez and Dakota Kai gets the win, pinning Rhea. I'm fine with that. Build Raquel Gonzalez, Dakota as a just Raquel as a threat.
I think at some point she has to be fighting for that title, especially for how clean that she went over here.
Yeah, going over. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that was done on accident there. Yeah, no, and honestly, I could see her beating Io here. Would not surprise me. Just because.
Yeah, I can see that. Because who else at this point besides
exactly right?
Yeah.
I mean, like maybe you could throw it in a like Mercedes Martinez down the line, but or no, sorry, Candace. Candace is
Right.
also
I
someone
could see
you could throw in.
somehow
Yeah,
you still got Mercedes.
yeah.
Maybe you finish that feud, and maybe Rhea turns back around and eventually goes after Raquel again. Because that was obviously that's teased. I mean, it doesn't have to be immediate because obviously you have to finish the business with Mercedes.
Yeah.
There's possibilities there. But again, I like Io didn't get the pin. The champion doesn't get a pin, even though she got lost, but she wasn't involved with the decision. Rhea can, it's okay with her taking it, it's fine. You just make Raquel look like a badass, and it's the heel going over. It's fine. I like this match. I think good main event. Yeah, I had no big problems with this match. Multiple stories going in main event, obviously with Mercedes.
Gee, what a concept,
So lots of moving parts. You got that. You got Candace and Tegan. You got a lot of women's stories going along.
Yeah, because you figure there's at least some three of them, and
Yeah.
depending on what's going on with I think Mia Yim, possibly four there. So
Yeah.
it's yeah, yeah. I mean,
They got a lot of
there,
women's stuff. A
yeah,
lot of depth.
and that's the main difference between them versus Raw and SmackDown. Like,
And AEW, just with that alone.
well, yeah, I mean, like that's not even that is not even a conversation there. But
Yeah, that's true.
yeah, so
But point taken. But I agree with
yeah,
the point.
yeah,
Yeah. So that was NXT. We'll be back, I believe, tomorrow after AEW. We're going to talk obviously about Dynamite. We're going to talk about
I'm
Raw,
like a payback,
preview Payback,
preview payback.
what we know so
Yeah,
far, because obviously they
right.
make changes on SmackDown,
Which they probably will.
or add matches on SmackDown. Um, talk about Raw specifically, Keith Lee.
Yeah, I have a lot to say about that there.
I,
God.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Right.
So that's that, and like always, podcast on Saturday at 3 p.m. We're going to talk about DC stuff, but the big story this week, especially today, sports canceling in protest.
NBA, yeah, NBA,
NHL, NHL,
baseball too.
yeah, all
Yep.
sports, most sports canceling in protest with the police shooting in Wisconsin. Forgive me, I don't know the victim's name, but off the top of my head. So we'll talk about that. So that DC stuff, and whatever, how those two things could take up a whole hour. But we have that on the docket this weekend. And then I guess we're going to do a show after Payback too.
Yep.
Just another busy week.
Well, and like that, Matt, for the following week is all out then too. So it's just like
Oh yeah, just three. It's three weekends in a row of just
yeah.
of pay-per-views,
wrestling. Yeah, it's
wrestling. Yes.
Yeah, it's just a lot of things are happening now, guys. We're just we love coming on here and just talking about it. It's a lot of fun for us, as like you could tell.
Yeah.
So yeah, as always, comment, subscribe, like this video, follow our Twitter page. We will be tweeting during Dynamite, and obviously Matt, he'll be tweeting on Smackdown on Friday, and as well as we lead into Payback on Sunday. So for Matt and for John, we shall see you tomorrow for AEW Dynamite.